everyone, and welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel, whichever one it may be. And if you are new here, I am only 96 subscribers away from 1,000, so please feel free to subscribe. Today's video, we will be continuing our journey with On the Farm, and I am going to be working on this picture right here of the cow. I thought that would be kind of a fun one to do for today's video. But anyway, let's go ahead and hop into the video. Oh, are we almost there? Okay. All right, everybody, are you ready? We are pulling up to the farm now. All right. Good. I know you're all excited, but please just stay in your seats until the bus comes to a complete stop. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. All right. Do you remember where we're going today? Do you remember what we were doing for today? Does anybody remember? Yes, you there. Yes. That's right. We are going to a dairy farm. So we are pulling up to the dairy farm right now. So if you just go ahead and look out your window, you'll see the barn as we approach it. Yes. All right. And today we're going to be learning all about the process of the dairy farm, from the calf all the way up to the cup you drink from. Well, the milk, you know. Anyway, dairy cows live a bit of a different life from beef cows. I do believe beef cows are primarily kept out on a ranch, where they're just sent out to live out on a pasture for most of their life, and herded around by cowboys riding horses or four-wheelers or whatever modern day item that they may use. But today we're going to be learning all about the dairy cow and the dairy cow's life. So we're going to be, learning all about it, moving from place to place on the farm, and just learning about the dairy cow. So this particular farm raises Holstein cows. Those are those classic black and white cows that you see for dairy. Also, we have another cat visiting us. We've got Cookie. She's gonna hang out with us. We'll just put her on a harness and walk her around with us. Rebel, he probably wouldn't care about all this, but she'd love it. She'd love it. In fact, she might just hang out on my shoulder for most of the time while we're walking around. But yes, this particular dairy farm has Holstein cows. That is your classic black and white cow. And they actually produce quite a bit of milk. Don't step on that cookie. Thanks. Okay. Now we gotta clean the cat. Fun. All right, so let's get going, everybody. Let's get off this bus and let's get going. Let's get moving around here. Okay. So the first stop we are going to be making on our journey of learning about the cows will be the cow barn itself. The cow barn is a rather large barn, and in this particular farm, it doesn't really have any individual stalls. It is a free stall barn, which means that these cows can just come and go as they please, move around throughout the barn, and just kind of just do whatever they kind of want. They also get fed here, and they get water. There's some brushes, as you see here. We're passing them right now. See these automated brushes right here. Well, the cows can kind of like step under that, and it'll give them a little back scratching as they do that. Now, these cows also have a large pasture land that they can go out on and eat grass throughout the day. Yes. All right. Now, these barns, they get kind of dirty, so they need to be cleaned quite often. So these barns are cleaned twice daily, actually. These barns are cleaned twice daily. And they take the stuff that they use to clean the barn, and it's moved into another location for storage. They call it a lagoon, but it's put there for storage, and then they'll actually use that manure for the fields. They'll use the manure for the fields. Cookie, what are you doing? Please do not climb on the back of the cow. Okay, and yes, so they will use that manure to fertilize their fields, and they actually grow a lot of their crops themselves for the feed for the cows. And the cow feed consists of basically everything that the cow needs to maintain a healthy, happy lifestyle, and for, well, good milk production, because we want that, right? Good quality milk. All right, let's continue on. Yeah, they said it was okay for you to pet the cows, so go ahead and do that if you feel like it. I know, they're so sweet. They really are. Oh, I'm sorry, you got licked. Don't worry. You can there's a place you can wash your hands. It's okay. All right. Anyway, let's move on. So we're going to be moving on next to the calf hutches, where we'll see some baby cows. So the baby cows are kept in these calf hutches, which you can see here. And they are kept here not really for too long, just long enough to make sure that they are healthy and that they are going to thrive here on the dairy farm. So this is where they'll get their vet care and just a good little start in life to get going. And as you can see, they can see each other and talk to each other, so they're not completely alone. And yeah, that's what they're here for, is to just kind of make sure they're gonna be okay. You know, make sure they don't have any diseases or illnesses that they could bring along and put into the herd if they were out with the herd. So that's why they start here. All right, so we've seen these guys. We're just gonna go back to this barn right over here. And in this barn right over here is where the baby cows will go until they're old enough to become the milking cows as well. So until they're old enough to have a baby of their own and become a milking cow. So they're just gonna stay here as heifers, which is a unmilked cow or young cow. A cow itself is it one that can be milked, whereas a heifer is the pre-stage to that. So they will stay here from birth until that stage, and then they will move out from here. But while they're in here, you can see there's a bunch of them. So they just get to play with other babies their own age. So they get to interact with them, play, and this way they learn, socialize, and to just get to be little cows in this barn here. And it's very much, yes, it's very much the same as the other barn. where the cows just hang out. They do kind of just spend their time here, and cows spend a lot of their day resting. So they do spend a lot of their time kind of just in the barn chilling, chewing their cud. I'm sure you've heard that, where they're just relaxing, eating, sleeping, and that sort of thing. Cows do not sleep for long periods of time the same way we humans do, but they might take like a 30-minute nap here and there while they're relaxing in their barn environment. It's fun, right? I know, they're so adorable. Look at those little baby cows. They're so cute. Yeah, and they're just as sweet as their mamas, because that's the cows we met earlier were the mamas. Well, let's go ahead and move on. We're just going to take a little bit of a walk here. We're just going to, yeah, just a little bit of a walk. Ooh, watch your step. Yeah, I don't want to step in that. All right. Good, good. We're good. All right. Here we are at the milking parlor. This is where the cows are milked. So this milking parlor, and they keep it really clean. They clean it after each milking session. Cows are milked twice daily at this particular farm. They milk them at 5 a.m. and 5 p.m. And they're milked every day, twice a day, until they don't have any more milk to give. And then they are moved to a different location to be bred and start the whole process all over again, because that's how they provide milk, is by having a baby. Then you get to play with the baby cows again. A whole process, continuation of the whole thing. So they come in here twice daily, and the cows have a little tag on them. It's kind of like an Apple Air tag, and it keeps track of data for the cow. So it keeps track of their movement, it keeps track of how long they're standing, how long they're laying down, how many walking steps they take throughout the day. And when they're here in the milking parlor, it also keeps track of their weight and how much milk they are producing, as well as how long it takes for them to go through the process of milking. So that's that little tag you see right there. The number tag is their number, so that the farmer can keep track of them that way. So that's what the number tag is. But that other little tag there, that is kind of just like an Apple Air tag, giving the farmer information on the cow. It's very handy, you know, to make sure that your cow is healthy and happy and doing well, because you want to be right there in case anything's wrong with the cow, if it gets sick or anything like that. So once the cow is here in the milking parlor, the cow will be cleaned. Yes, they're going to clean it first, and then they will hook it up to the milking machine. And they will spend about 5 to 10 minutes here being milked. And once they're done with that, they will be cleaned again. Always good to stay nice and clean, sanitary, right? And then they are allowed to go back out and play with the other cows again. So they come in, they get milk, they get to go back out and play. I mean, wouldn't you like that life, right? Okay, maybe not the milking part, but you know, like just being able to come do your job and go back out and play in a 5 to 10 minute window. Not an 8-hour window, but a 5 to 10 minute window. Wouldn't that be nice? Yeah, anyway. They get to do that. They get to go back out and play. So the milk itself, it comes through the lines and it goes into a storage tank. And we're going to just go ahead and walk right into that room where they store the milk. So this is the milk house. This is where the milk is stored until it is brought to the facility where it is processed. So it's not processed here on the farm, but it is processed fairly close by at a facility just for processing milk and cheese and yogurt and, you know, doing all of the things to milk that we enjoy. If you enjoy dairy products, I enjoy dairy products. Who doesn't love a good piece of cheese, right? All right. And then in here, it is quickly cooled to maintain its freshness and quality. Quality is very important too. You want to make sure that milk is good quality that you're sending out, because this is the milk that is going to the grocery stores. These milk vats here, they are checked for every single time that they are filled. So before they head out of here and go somewhere else, they are going to be checked for quality, for freshness, if there is any bacteria or anything in the milk as well, because, you know, we can't have that going out, so it would probably have to scrap the whole thing, which would kind of suck. But you have to do what you have to do to maintain that quality and that freshness. So, and then after everything is complete, the milk has moved into the vats, everything is complete, check has happened, truck is on its way to collect the milk. They clean the whole system. So after every single milking, this whole system that you see before you here, not the vats. I mean, they do clean the vats after they're emptied, but, you know, the rest of the system that the milk is moving through to the vats, they clean it every single time. So twice daily, this whole system gets cleaned to maintain that quality of your milk. So then the milk is loaded onto the trucks and it is sent to the facility for the processing. As we mentioned, it'll be turned into the gallons of milk or half gallons or whatever, and the cheese and yogurt and other things. All right, so there are many different types of dairy cows out there. And the Holstein is just one that is used for producing milk. The Holstein is one of 7 popular milking cows here in the US. So we'll just go ahead and take a look at those 7 cows. So we have the Holstein, like I mentioned, is a black and white cow. It can also be red and white. And this cow produces the highest volume of milk. So they produce the most. So that's why they are actually the most popular milking cow because of that. Then there is the Jersey cow. The Jersey is kind of just like a little brown cow. They produce a good amount of milk, but they're actually more known for producing a milk that is higher in butter fat and protein. And they're the second most popular in the US as far as milking cows. Do you have any questions about any of the process so far? Before I continue talking about the different cows, as we make our way back to the bus, do you have any questions? Feel free to ask away. All right, well, we'll continue on with the different types of cows, and I will answer your questions once we're on the bus and rolling on down the road again. All right, next up we have the brown Swiss. The brown Swiss is kind of a grayish brown cow. They come from the Swiss Alps, and they are known for having an ideal fat to protein ratio in their milk. Isn't that good? An ideal fat to protein ratio. That sounds pretty good. All right. And next up, we have the Guernsey cow. The Guernsey is known as the Golden Guernsey, and they are known for that because their milk is rich in beta-carotene and nutrients, and it gives it kind of this golden hue. So when you look at it, it kind of just looks a little bit golden rather than just straight pure white kind of. Which raw milk does not look straight pure white the same way as your grocery store milk looks. It does have kind of like a creamy kind of color to it, and that is because of the cream content inside of the milk. And we have the Ayrshire. The Ayrshire comes from Scotland, and they're just a brown and white cow. Probably like this little guy right here that I'm working on. The Ayrshire is well known for being very adaptable to different climates. So they're adaptable. They'll handle different climates well. So you can have them kind of in warm climates. You can have them kind of in cold climates, and they're going to adapt very well to those different climates and just, you know, be good, happy, healthy little cows. All right, and then we have the Milking Shorthorn. The Milking Shorthorn is a versatile dual-purpose breed. This would probably be a great little homesteading cow. And they're dual-purpose because they are known for being used in both beef production as well as dairy. So they're beef cows and dairy cows. That's why I said they'd probably be a good little homesteading cow to have. So you could get your dairy as well as your beef. All right. Then the red and white Holstein, which is just a red and white version of the classic Holstein. So instead of that black and white cow, it is red and white. All right. I hope you have enjoyed this little trip to the farm. Gotten to see some things, enjoyed petting some cows. There is a little shop here if you want to go inside and get yourself a little souvenir, or even just if you want to try some raw milk, they have that here. It's not, well, you know, you're taking that risk with raw milk. But they do have some here for you to try if you want to. And then, of course, they also do have some of the milk that is produced by their cows here available as well. There's even some chocolate milk, and they do have some cheeses as well available. So you can go ahead and check that out if you want to. And then we will meet right back on the bus. There is a restroom right over there. They have a pretty good restroom here because they do tours for people. So they have a good facility for this, for showing everything. Yes, very good. All right, then we'll just meet right back up on the bus. And we're going to continue our journey. We're going to be traveling to a produce farm next, actually a crops farm. We're going to be learning all about getting the crop from the field to your table. That'll be our next destination and our next adventure. All right, so meet back on the bus. Yeah, we'll give you about 20 minutes. Meet back on the bus in about 20 minutes, and then we'll continue on our way. Thank you for watching and following along on this video. I do hope you enjoy this style that I'm going with. I know I'm trying something new, and it does feel a little different, so please leave some feedback. Again, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. I am only 96 subscribers away from 1,000. So please help me get to that goal. But anyway, I do hope you have enjoyed, and thank you for watching.